you're dibbling and dabbling in it because you know what boosters you got up there going around giving money to your players. You're not gonna tell me that you can find out all this other stuff, but you can't find out people at your own school. You know who's giving out this money. And Big L said, "Dirty Money." I'll check it out. Yes, Dirty Money. It's on Netflix. It's awesome. They talked about Volkswagen on there. They talked about a pharmaceutical company. They talked about I think it was HSBC, bank, and some other things, on there. Very interesting topics that they cover, on there. But I'm just tired of the NCAA acting so righteous. As if, you had the Baylor situation where you had all these reports of these young ladies reporting what was happening to them. You had Missouri, who had the issues with race on their campus. And people at the top at Missouri and at Baylor. Oh no, they played it off, if you will. It's just a joke. It's a joke, and this may be finally it that's going to blow the top off of it. And if the NCAA really, if they really want to, and I'm using that term loosely, if they really want to change this thing around, here's your opportunity. But they don't, because this is a business. They're not going to change. To me, they're not going to change this. They're going to probably pick a few people, maybe, 20, 30 people, let their heads roll, say they cleaned it up, and then they'll be right back, but laying low. But to me, what they should have did, they got greedy. They wanted to act like they didn't know nothing was going on, and everybody was getting money. And this thing, to me, is about to hit the fan. And it's going to start naming people. The players, of course, the players that was on this list, I don't see them naming people. They don't have an incentive to name people. Some of these people on this list, they're saying got loan money and they haven't paid it back. So why would they put someone out there? Why would they put a booster, out there? In the report, they're talking about guys like Brendan Haywood, Carlos Delfino. You're not in the league anymore, but they're saying got outstanding loans. It's crazy. And it always happens. One person does something that just opens the window for whatever investigation that they were trying to get going. And this thing it is going to go out. So March Madness is almost here. I'm telling you, we won't hear too much about it, from here on out. But then after March Madness is over, after they do their whole thing, get their money, play the championship game and all that stuff, then they'll be back. Big L said Missouri players made the school president step down. Yeah, exactly. The football team, because it was just nonsense. So you're going to tell me that the kids who are on this campus, advisors, or, the teachers, nobody knew about it. Just the kids. The kids just kept it, that much of a secret. 18, 19, 20-year-olds who can't even stay off social media telling somebody when they took a dump that they just kept it, from the adults. No, I'm not going to believe that. Not going to believe that. I'm telling you. It's going to go down, whether they like it or not. But they had an opportunity to change this around. Just give a little money, man. Give a little money, or do, like I said, do the likeness. Yeah. And then people are going to be like, well, how do you pay, student, A versus student B? Because student B is going to say, I should be getting as much as student A and everything. I mean, welcome to the real world. Jeez. I mean, you're getting paid for your services. So what are your contributions? I mean, it's no different than at work. When you get out of college, when you go to work, everybody's not going to get paid the same. Somebody that contribute more, they're going to get paid more. Somebody that gets a chance to negotiate more is going to get paid more. Somebody that don't need to get paid as much as they're getting paid, I'm sorry. Welcome to the real world. They are going to get paid. But the NCAA, they don't want to touch that. They want to act like they don't know anything. You don't get to where you are now in the world and establish the way you are, and you make these deals with TV contracts and all this stuff without knowing something. It's just funny, man. It's just funny. And then they want to try and go and tell kids what they should be ashamed of or shouldn't be doing, what they should be doing. Angry Black Man is too late. I'm moving off the topic. He said, what's the number? 650 the Wham 1. But I'll give Angry Black Man some time if he want to call in. So if Angry Black Man does call in, we'll talk with him. But last thing I wanted to touch base on, and I say this last because to me, it's very important to discuss, because in the world that we live in, we live in a world where things are not always what they seem. They and when you're on the outside looking in, and you don't get a chance to be on the inside, I don't think you get the advantage. This might be Angry Black Man right here. This is the Wait a Minute Show. Caller, state your name and where you calling from.
Man, this is the Angry Black Man, the champion, man. The champion.
Whoa. Don't use that term around here. The champion? Champion of what?
The champion of my Wednesday league, brother.
Okay, all right. I give you credit. I gave you a clap. I had the kids come out and give you a clap, for the championship. You played injured, so I got to give you credit for that.
Hey, man, I give you the credit, brother. You commented on my post last night. You told me to rub some dirt on it. That's what I did, man. So you was my motivation, man. You motivated me. You motivated me to let me know I'm from the Midwest. Quit being a punk.
That's right. You from the Midwest. That's right. All we do, we rub dirt in it and keep playing. Unless I'm bleeding or something like that, and they got to drag me off the court. That's the only way I'm not playing.
Hey, bro, in 43 years of playing basketball, I've never dislocated a finger until last night. And it didn't hurt when I did it. It just looked deformed. But when my teammate popped it back into place, I've never felt any pain like that before in my life. Rolled ankle, elbowed in the face, nothing like that, man. Nothing like it.
Hey, that's a story you got now. You can tell that story. I dislocated my finger, but I kept it moving.
Hey, man, I just wanted to call you and say, man, thanks for motivating me, brother. And I'm going to let you go do your show, and I'm listening in on my ride back across the bridge in Tampa, brother.
All right. I appreciate you.
All right, brother.
All right. Have a good night.
Peace.
So you see that, ladies and gentlemen? The Wait a Minute Show here, motivating Angry Black Man to get them buckets. Get them buckets. That's what we do. Midwest. Hey, I'm from the Midwest too, so that's what I'm saying. We don't Midwest. We don't even call fouls. Again, unless you bleeding. That's the only way we're gonna call a foul. But so back to what I was talking about, being on the outside looking in. Demar Derozan came out and he talked about depression. He was basically talking about, he suffers a little bit from the depression. And I want to say, I was very happy that he discussed this. And obviously, this would probably help someone else, out there that may be experiencing the same thing. But the other thing that I think we have to make sure people understand, some of us do, but those who don't, we have to make sure that they understand that money, fame, and notoriety is not the answer or the solution to everyday problems. If anything, it enhances the problem. It enhances the issue. A lot of people go through what DeMar DeRozan is going through, but they get the benefit of being able to hide in the shadows, being able to, divert the attention from themselves. So then people are not paying attention. The people don't notice. He doesn't get that luxury. He has to be out there answering questions. He has to be out there. If he has an off night, maybe he has 10 points, people are criticizing him, not knowing that he got some real stuff going on in his life. And it's not any of our business for him to announce it. So he doesn't have to announce it just like anybody else. If I got something going on in my life, it's not anybody's business for me to go on this podcast and start talking about, my situation. So I'm just hoping, if a person, if a person is listening now, or to my listeners, that if someone else they see and they want to talk about these athletes and talk about, how good they got it, how easy they got it and everything, it's not. It's not. It's not always easy. You got a job where you're on the road as an NBA player. I'm using it as an NBA player. You're from what? The season start October, November, goes to April. So we're talking about almost 6 months. So half the year, you're traveling back and forth, city to city. And we're not just talking, we're talking about having problems. Not your normal stuff as far as like, your kids, they want to see you, but you got a job to do. Your spouse or your significant other, they want to see you. You got a job to do. Your family want to see you, but you got a job to do. They got issues. They got problems. Those problems don't go away. I remember Bill Cartwright was talking about how when his son was growing up, him getting at home 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning or whatever, and he's got to put together this project or help his son put together this project, and he's doing that 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning after coming from a game, flying in, driving home, and then you got to go home and it's just like being famous and having money doesn't change you or doesn't absolve you from being a parent, being a good boyfriend, girlfriend, good husband, good wife, good family member, and handling real life issues. Real life issues still happen. And just because you got money, it doesn't go away. It might get masked, but it doesn't go away. So I got to commend, DeMar DeRozan for being able to speak, about a situation like this, because a lot of people